let's talk about. Are we talking about
our boy Chen?
We can talk about Chen.
I'm happy for Chen.
Yeah, no, most of the people I've seen are happy for Chen. Yeah. Sky, did you hear about it?
Yeah, he's having another child while he's in the army or something.
Yeah, I know. I thought this man was at the.
Yeah. Well, he's
did you see
healthy.
This is my favorite thing. This. Can you see this?
I can now. I'm dead. Chen had sex again. Disappointed.
I like how I would just like us to I like the cadence. The ellipses. Chen had sex again. ...
Disappointing.
I like the ellipses, you know?
Like he only did it twice. And then people are replying like, with his own wife, God forbid.
No, literally, I've seen so many tweets where people are like either joking or like, I haven't seen anyone be serious, honestly, like trying to gatekeep this man away from his wife, because that'd be weird. Let's keep that in mind.
Remember when Bobby said he was getting married, there were all these people, and they were like dead serious, like this is all Chen's fault. I was like, what the?
I'm dead.
You happy?
Get happy and have children and get married, and they have the nerve to be like, "This is terrible."
You've got EXO, some of the best looking men I've ever seen in my entire life, and you're expecting them to not be knocking up bitches? That is crazy.
They're also getting older, you know. Like I feel like third gen, it's really cool, and it should be a happy thing. You grow with them. Like I'm assuming these fans were growing with them, so like you want them to like get married and be, you know, have a normal life, you know.
And like Chen's like almost like 30, right? Like when you start.
No, he's like 26, 27.
Oh damn, I can't imagine having a child on purpose.
Yeah, let's be real. That's not it for me currently. But I will say that
you're
like
rich, though.
Most XOLs were cracking me up. I tweeted about it because I saw one who was like, damn, well, we need to be streaming as much as Chen is fucking because we got to keep them babies fed. And that baby.
XOs have mouths to feed.
They said we have children.
He's 29. That's normal.
That's the standard age to get married. Relax. Like I feel like people are trying to.
He spoils the shit out of his daughter too. It's so cute.
He loves her. It's so cute.
Also, by the way, EXO CX, the subunit that's Baekhyun, Chen, and Zen, slaps. So good.
Yeah, we knew that.
Their song Blooming Day is a bop. You would like that song, Tyler.
Okay. So here's what I saw the XOL say. They said, congrats, Chen. Now, XOLs, y'all better get back to streaming as much as Chen be fucking because we got to feed a family with 2 kids now. It was great. I was like, I support that. That's so cute.
That's a good mentality to have, is just to, you know, be laughing about it, having a good time.
Yo, me, when I buy a new BTS album, I'm like, this is going straight to Jungkook's tattoos. You're welcome. I'm like, that's what my money is for. Tattoos, piercings, Bams, gourmet dog food that I'm sure he's eating, his little pads that he like pees on. That's where my money's going.
I have a tweet in my drafts. I never tweeted it, but it was pretty funny. It was like 5 red velvet in parentheses, 5 millionaires. Money, please, with like the little like emoji like that one. And I said me on an entry level salary. Yes, mommy. Sorry, mommy.
Yes, as you should. You know where my money goes? It goes to June buying baby shoes just because they're cute. That's where my money goes.
I'm buying soggy Pringles.
Exactly. My money goes to Yoongi's alcohol and Jimin's obsession with Chanel and anything Hoseok wears because he clearly be shopping, okay? That's where my money goes. It goes to Jin's video games and his collector editions of whatever he wants from Mario. I don't know, okay? His RJ pajamas. That's exactly where I want my money to go.
Not to a good cause, not to...
They're doing that for me, okay? They're doing that for me. They donate to charity all the time. But me, I pay for my men. I serve them. Okay.
I'm their entry-level salary sugar mommy.
Exactly. I work so they
My
can
hands
pay
look
their
like this, so theirs could look. Oh my god, this is so pathetic.
And then there's Skylar saying, I'm here for the music and the vibes.
She hasn't bought an album.
Some of us are less delusional than the rest. And you know what? I respect that because I don't respect myself. Okay? I respect that.
I respect it, y'all. I respect it.
I embraced the cringe, and now I'm free.
I respect the cringe, honestly. I'm cringe about
as long as I'm not wearing a foxtail, I feel like it's okay.
I went on a date recently, and let me tell you, I didn't change my phone background. Okay, I didn't change my home screen. My phone lock screen. Meg and BTS. You open it up. Jungkook and June.
I can't say the same.
Bam Kook. You look at the back of my phone. I got Bam Bam and Jungkook in the back of my phone. Like, you're gonna know. You're gonna know.
No,
how would they know? I tell them. That's how they know. They know because I don't hide it.
I was talking to this girl at the bar, and I was like, "Oh, where are you from?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm from Korea." I changed my lock screen so fast. Traitor. Bam and Jungkook aren't going anywhere. They're in my phone case. They're not going anywhere. Meg and BTS, they're not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. Okay?
You shouldn't hide what's in your heart.
No, I changed it to Timothy Chalamet.
Okay, he's in your heart too.
He's still in my heart. It was the picture of him with Larry David. That picture is very much in my heart.
But it's also like you couldn't hide it. Really, if it's like you talk about it like so often, like how could you ever hide that?
No,
like you should just let it.
Just do a quick Google search.
Well, you just let it be known straight up. Like,
yeah. I just told the guy, I was like, yes, I am a fan. And then we saw the Eternals, and when Friends played, I was like, yes, yes.
I love that.
I was just like, here it is. In the moment.
That's cute though. I think it's cuter if the person lets you isn't secretive about it. It's just not something to be
No, it's not something to be embarrassed of, but you also
it's not.
Okay, but since she was from Korea, I didn't want her to
think I get it.
No, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't want her
to... Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. I didn't want her to think I was like, oh, she's Korean, I'm going to talk to her.
Like a Korean? Yeah.
The guy I was talking to, he was just like, oh, those are your boys. And I was like, yes, those are my boys. And then we moved on.
Yeah. Because then I went to see who she was, following on Instagram. And she, was not following one Korean celebrity. I was like,
ooh.
I don't know. Her music sounds like IU,
though. Interesting. Well, yes.
She was on a date with a white man, so it's over anyways.
Well.
Water. Cheers.
That's okay.
Are we gonna talk about Black Swan, or are we not going to talk about Black Swan?
Oh, the bullying skin. Okay, so it was the member. Was it Leah? Is that her name?
Leia.
Now, why she gotta have Princess Leia's name? Anyways, she said that Fatu was bullying her. Nobody bought it, and then Ollie London tweeted, "Yes, Fatu is a bully. She bullied me." And then obviously Ollie London got ratioed per usual.
Oh my god. Because she told him that he needed help. Okay, she was right though.
She was right.
She spilled. No, one thing
you imbecile.
She was gonna do, and I really respect her for this, is tell the truth and tell her truth. Like, she's just gonna say exactly how she's feeling.
Yeah, she was very honest. Her statement that she gave to was very honest. She admitted any flaws she had. She just told, it was just the entire
And
truth.
it
And I can
seems very
see it
plausible. Like, I
happening,
could
you
see
know?
how if someone was actively, not talking to you and avoiding you, you could feel some type of way. Now, do I think it's actively bullying somebody? No.
There
But
is
like,
protecting
she was
yourself. Like,
protecting her peace, but at the same time, like, I'm sure, like, when you're part of a group and one member is actively avoiding you, I'm sure that doesn't feel great.
and we should
Now,
also, how old is Leia? She's the Macne, and she's
yeah,
considerably younger. She's probably not going to have, like, I don't know them personally, so take some with a grain of salt. But I imagine she might not have the same emotional maturity as like someone like Fatu. So like if someone is avoiding you, especially when you're like younger, like you might like be
you
like
might feel
really
some type of,
hurt.
it might hurt your
Yeah.
feelings.
You're like,
And
oh my
like,
God, my feelings. You know what I
we're not
mean?
here to be judge and jury. So like, we can't say who was absolutely in the wrong, who was absolutely in the right, because we don't have like, we have a two statement, but we don't have Leia's. And I just will say that like, I think it went too far though. Like, too many people brought race into it, and I think that that was like almost encouraged to a degree while everything was going down when the news first came out, and that's just anti-blackness at work. And I figured that that's how this would go. Any conflict that included Fatu, that's how it would go. And I don't appreciate that. Like, I honestly think that that's not okay. That's where we always, there's a line, and like a lot of fans crossed it. And yeah, like, I just think, we have to wait to see what the company says, but we have a two statement. And Leia, I mean, she did go around liking and then unliking certain tweets. So that is
Unprofessional.
very shady in my opinion. I just feel like everyone should be straightforward at this point, because the
It's out
beans were
now.
spilled.
Yeah, and
That
but
glass of milk was
I
fucking
just
tipped the fuck over. Like, the
feel
milk
like
is everywhere.
yeah, I feel like also like the general K-pop public has like kind of been wanting Fatu to have a lot of drama too, even though she's kind of tried to stay out of it. Like we were talking a little bit earlier about how people kind of were trying to set her up to have some kind of fight with Rakaya, because
Yeah.
Rakaya had made a joke about how she doesn't like the Snow app, and Fatu had used it before, and they're like, "This is about Fatu, isn't it?" And Rakaya's
Yeah.
like, "I don't know this bitch." Now they
Yeah,
follow
and
each other
now-
on Twitter.
After everything that went down, they're like, follow each other, friends. I'm like, thank you.
Yeah,
Because that's how, I'm not gonna lie, that's how a lot of the community works. Like, in the US, overseas, when you, like, Black women, I feel like we mostly try to be there for each other and support each other in our endeavors. So I'm not surprised. I hope they collab. I
Yeah.
think it'd be fire.
and I've
Yeah,
seen
I agree.
yeah, and I've seen people try to set up fights between people before, but I think obviously there was the extra racist element of they wanting to be like her to be like the drama queen Black girl.
Yeah,
And I
like
feel
the
like
stereotype.
With Black women, the stereotype of the aggressive Black woman is what they tried to put onto Fatu with this bullying allegation. And I just think that that's completely unfair. It's like, it's racist in origin, and it's also just like a complete stereotype. And I'm really glad that Fatu stood up for herself and was like, here's what really happened. And I'm not gonna lie, family thing, that would have been a ticker for me too. Like, it makes sense is all I'm saying. It was very logical.
Yeah,
It's
and-
also with, I'm sorry, go ahead.
oh no, you finish.
Okay. Piggybacking off of what Sydney said, it also is like judging from what Fatu said, Leia apparently felt like, okay, I'm gonna come out and say she did this when she's talking on the phone to her friend, and they'll believe me. And I'm not gonna go into detail because I don't want to specify and make it only specific to this situation, but in general, people are more apt to believe the other party instead of Black women. And like, there's like the expectancy that you won't stand up for yourself because it kind of, they're like, they won't believe them anyway, or I'm going to come off like aggressive, or like no one's going to believe me, or people are just going to stereotype me. So I'm glad that Fatu did, she didn't back down and kind of like came out and said what really happened. Cause like, it really could have gone differently, and typically does, even in like the workplace, because you don't want people to like stereotype you or to like lose opportunities. So like that's cool. It's just she's in a really hard place because she is in a no one around her looks like her, you know, she's in
Yeah.
Korea. So people need to be more like I haven't even seen a lot of people other than black women say like keep fighting, Fatu. Like
Oh, really?
I know you're really hurt right now. Stay strong. Like people aren't really sensitive or think about the
Oh,
sensitivity of
I've seen
us.
everyone I've seen on Twitter has been on Fatu's, but
Well, they're on her side,
Well,
but they're
I've
not
seen
sensitive, you know?
I've seen, you know, a lot of Brazilian fans come forward. And I even saw a discourse about going around where they were talking about the word gringa and how they felt in this situation particularly a lot of fans were using it as a placeholder for slurs in like conversation. Yeah, like gringo, gringa. I know what it actually means. I know what it is used for, but it was just a lot of that going around. Like anyone would say anything like in support of Fatu against Leah or Leia. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce her name. But I don't know how they pronounce it. But yeah, and people were like, you know, just using, I don't know. I saw so much. I was just kind of minding my business. Clearly, I am partial in this. And so I was clearly like, I think that we need to wait to hear from Fatu. I don't know. This was so messy to me. I was like, what are we really supposed to do? Like Leah or
Yeah,
Leia never released a full statement. And
I
like
agree.
apparently her family or friends went through a fan site.
what the fuck?
Like I just find a lot of that very shady, especially because so many like large fan sites have been proven to just be like lying or falsifying information or even just believing, like even if they do get reports, are believing like unverified accounts of things. Even in other countries, like scandals happen because someone says something and then it turns out the person's not even from that country and like they weren't, you know, at a certain place where they said they were. I just feel like we have to be cautious. Again, you always want to believe the victim. I just, in this case, it seemed very accusatory. And again, Fatu was the only person who came out with a real account of events and like a chronological sense to what was going on or what transpired from her perspective. So I'm actually wondering how this is going to like play out. I don't know how big the news is in Korea, but I'm interested to see like what the company comes forward to say. Apparently, like there were some members that were deleting their pictures with Leah and blah blah blah.
Well,
So
I mean,
Happy to see people on her side.
and it sounds
Whatever
like the
happens.
group's on her side too. And better
yeah,
be because Fatu is the whole reason why people are paying attention to Black Swan. I hate to be that
I
person.
will say that Fatu is the one with the most attention and the most followers and supporters on every social media platform, which I think in this situation is, again, very rare. And she should be very thankful because if it wasn't this way, I easily think that she could have lost her career, whether this rumor is true or not.
Definitely. Yep.
But Black Swan, fighting. I'm still rooting for you guys. Whatever happens.
But wasn't their last comeback called like Negro or something
What?
like that?
Actually, it wasn't, but I don't know why that video was named something
It was like the
underscore
Fatu,
Negro.
like the Fatu fan cam was like blah 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 underscore Negro. I was like, what the?
Yeah,
fuck?
we were cracking up about it, but also like, okay, but like, why?
I literally
So-
like I read that like 10 times.
I sent it to Olivia, and I was like, Olivia, am I bugging? I was like, am I crazy?
I could
Alas,
not.
I was not crazy, but yeah, like, I don't know, but I'm
Sure she
rooting for-
feels alone. It's easy
Also,
to
I
feel
love that she's
alone.
wearing her natural hair more recently. That's fire.
I'm sure she feels alone, still in pressure. So I just urge, like, I don't know. There's a lot to be said about the situation. It could go on and on, whatever. But
Yeah.
just happy she doesn't feel silenced and like constantly like people are talking over her, and like, you know, I don't know. I just feel like as Black women, when we're in spaces that don't have other Black women, there's a lot to be said about that. I just experienced that a lot in the past. And it doesn't just happen with people that aren't Black. It happens even within the Black community. It depends on certain situations. So, like, I'm just happy to see a Black woman protecting her peace and speaking up for herself. And I urge people to treat her with, like, sensitivity. Like, it's easy to be like, oh, she's so strong. Like, whatever. We get it. We've heard it a million times. But it's also important to be like, she's probably struggling right now. Fatu has also talked about dealing with depression before. Maybe we should also think about that. So, or this person, she says, blamed her for their mental illness. Let's take that into consideration, you know, like try to be a little more sensitive towards Black women is like an important thing to know.
Yeah.
You know?
True. They're always like, Black women can take anything. And I'm like, but
They're
do
so
we have
strong.
to?
I'm like, have you been a Black woman? No. So do you get it? No. Like,
why do we have to be strong all the goddamn time? You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe we want to do. Never mind. I was gonna say something weird.
I'm just saying, like, I even saw a tweet today where it was like, it was a Black man on Twitter, anyways, and he was like, Black women always want to be protected, but when do they protect Black men? But y'all not ready for that conversation. I was like, I dare you to look your Black mother in the face. I dare you. I dare you to look your Black mother in the face and say that same shit. I dare you.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever.
Exactly. It killed me. I was literally like, okay, but would you say this to your mother? Like, would you say this in her presence? No. Okay then. That's all I needed to know.
Crazy. Anyway.
Skylar's doing a little jig in the corner there. A little shoulder dance.
How did Ryujin do that? She's just
I don't know.
So cool.
Yo,
she's insane for that.
Do it. Hold on. It's the you can't really see my shoulders because I'm in the sweatshirt, but I did it for real. Okay, anyways.
Oh, did her Artist of the Month come out? We should watch that. Oh,
I wish.
I hope so. Let me see.
If it came out, we'll watch it in the reactions.
Yes.
But speaking of, segue.